known for his imposing presence and fierce style, reportedly told the crowd to shut up and listen to Solo, before handing the mic over to him. The camera then cut away as the broadcast resumed, leaving the backstage interaction largely unseen by the American audience. This brief off-air moment, which was only available for global audiences on Netflix, has been the subject of much speculation. Eyewitnesses recall Fatu telling Solo, "We're family, but you're not running things anymore." Solo, reportedly caught off guard, responded with something like, "It's bigger than you think, Jacob. Just trust me." This exchange, though brief, hinted at a power struggle between the two Samoan wrestlers. The growing friction, Fatu's frustration. Jacob Fatu, widely regarded as one of the most dominant and powerful Samoan wrestlers outside of the bloodline, has been rumored for months to be joining Roman Reigns' faction. His inclusion would have been seen as a natural fit, given his formidable presence and the Samoan wrestling legacy he shares with the other members of the bloodline. However, despite these rumors, Fatu has not officially become part of the faction, which has raised questions about his role in WWE and within the bloodline. The tension between Solo and Fatu became evident backstage during their brief interaction. Fatu, typically a confident and charismatic presence, seemed frustrated, appearing deep in thought and withdrawn. His conversation with Solo was more than just a casual exchange. It appeared to be a pivotal moment, where underlying frustrations were finally being expressed. Fatu, it seems, has grown increasingly disillusioned with his place in the bloodline. The rumors surrounding Fatu's dissatisfaction stem from his growing frustration with his current role. Sources close to the situation claim that while Fatu had been given opportunities, they were not the major pushes he had hoped for. Instead, Roman Reigns has continued to keep the spotlight firmly on himself, leaving the other members of the faction, including Fatu, to remain in more supporting roles. Solo, on the other hand, has seen his role grow, with many believing he has found a new sense of purpose under Roman's guidance, cementing his status as the faction's enforcer. Fatu's frustration is not just with Roman, but also with Solo, whose increasing prominence within the bloodline has created an apparent power imbalance. This imbalance could explain the coldness between Fatu and Solo during their backstage encounter. While they are family, it seems that the pressure of Roman's dominance and the growing power of Solo has created tension between the two Samoan powerhouses. Fatu, who has been a mainstay in the wrestling world for years, may feel that he deserves more than just a supporting role. Was Fatu denied a seat at the table? One of the most interesting aspects of this backstage moment was the suggestion that Fatu may have been denied a seat at the proverbial table within the bloodline. For months, fans had speculated that Fatu would eventually join the faction, given his pedigree and the Samoan connection. However, it now seems that his inclusion may not have materialized due to Solo's growing influence and Roman's desire to maintain control over the bloodline. Sources have claimed that Fatu's dissatisfaction stems from the lack of major storylines or pushes he has received within the faction. While Roman has kept the spotlight on himself, Solo has gradually expanded his role, becoming more involved in Roman's business. Fatu, on the other hand, has seemingly been relegated to a supporting role, which may have contributed to his frustration. If Fatu truly feels like he has been denied a seat at the table, it could explain his recent actions and demeanor. The tension between him and Solo suggests that Fatu may no longer be content with his current position and could be seeking a way out of the bloodline. Jacob Fatu's future, a solo run or new faction. As the backstage rumors continue to swirl, it is becoming increasingly clear that Jacob Fatu's future in WWE may be uncertain. Insiders have reported that Fatu has been spotted in closed-door meetings with Vince McMahon and Triple H, discussing his future opportunities within the company. Many fans believe that these meetings could be a sign that Fatu is exploring alternatives to his role within the bloodline, possibly considering a solo run or even the formation of a new faction. Fatu, who has spent most of his career outside of WWE, may be seeking greater creative freedom and the chance to build his own legacy. His impressive skills, combined with his family background, make him a prime candidate for a major push, but only if he breaks away from the constraints of the bloodline. Given his dominant presence and the void left by the potential fracture of the bloodline, Fatu could soon make his move as a top-tier singles competitor. Alternatively, Fatu could be considering the idea of starting his own faction, one that could rival Roman's bloodline. With his imposing size and devastating offense, Fatu could easily form an alliance with other top talents in WWE to create a powerful and dominant group that would shake the foundations of the company. Solo Sikoa's role.